one way or another, you're gonna explore the game. But would you rather explore the game on your own terms, when you feel happy, you feel satisfied, or you would explore the game based on not only game mechanics that automatically lock you in the game, it automatically locks you in certain character class, skills, level limitations, skills limitations, but you also limiting yourself by following someone else's footsteps. You're following up someone else's guides, and I'd recommend don't do that. Follow your own path. Be strong, individual person, either a man, woman, or anyone else. I just found out about it, and it seems like the game is about to go live on June this year. So I'm super hyped about this, and I started watching all of the trailers and everything, and I started feeling the need to basically return back to the course of Diablo game franchise, and I thought to myself, what kind of thing drives me to like Diablo in general? I can't wait really to experience new gory style of play. I can't wait to experience the new zones, the exploration, the things that I need to understand about the game. Each and every minor detail that will be added into the game that will ask me and raise a question in my head. Should I be investing my skill points or my stat points into certain thing, or should I just keep it for some time and just invest it later on when I collect more knowledge? And I personally have played a lot of various games throughout the years. I'm old now, and at the end it boils down to a very simple thing, as all of the creators on the YouTube is saying when you're gonna ask what kind of class is the best, right? The class is the best, the one that you're gonna be playing. It's not the one that others gonna be playing. You must look into yourself and see yourself in the character that you create. If you want to be melee character, be melee character. If you say, I like ice cream, I like ice, I want to be sorcerer for 2 hours, be sorcerer for 2 hours. But I want to tell you that you don't need to be best at everything, as at the end you are creating experience for your own playstyle. And if you are looking towards the guides, towards instructions, detailed views, how to get from A to B, how to reach certain threshold, you are removing this knowledge collection thingy from yourself, and you are allowing others to influence your experience. What happens if you get involved into guides? What happens if you are getting involved into instructions and following things? You feel dissatisfied, you start feeling empty, there's no adventure, there's no exploration within the game. As if you remember back in Diablo 2, same thing happened in Diablo 1 and 3 as well. If you jump into the game, if you don't do any sort of research, what happens? You start liking the game. You don't know what will happen. For example, I'm gonna take Diablo 2 as example. You create a character, you go through levels and level up. What stat should I level? I can read through the description, but it's not too obvious to me. I can level up a skill. I know that there's gonna be like skill rewards at the end, but is it best? Is it good? Is it better than like other class? I don't know. But what the game gives you, it gives you an opinion of your own that you can create, and reflection of yourself, your thoughts, and then your failures. And I believe this to be a very positive and good thing. Just imagine where you play a game and you know everything that will happen in the next zone. You know everything that you need to level. You know everything, like how much monsters you need to kill, how much skill points you need to add to a certain skill, and after that your character will be complete. And what happens when your character is complete? The game is done. The game is absolutely done. There's no exploration done. The only thing that remains is finalizing and killing the last bosses, Either that or just focusing on PvP. Or of course in Diablo 3 there's like time dungeon that makes you like better than anyone else if you could complete dungeon faster than anyone else. But that's about it. Just imagine the thing if you could expand your lifespan of satisfaction with the game, if you could just simply play the game and don't research a certain topic. And I plan on doing that. I plan on jumping into Diablo 4, learning everything as I go and not looking into online resources, online guides, how to level up certain things. And yes, of course, it will be challenging, and yes, of course, it will be demanding, not only physically, but mentally, right? So I could fail and, okay, level up character to level 50 and fail. Who cares? The thing is, you don't need to label something to be either good or bad. As some say, you need to see more colors in the world rather than black, white, good, bad. You can be better, you can make something clearer, you can make something more open, more closed. This is something like a niche character. The thing is, there's riches in the niches. It's not focused directly towards the money incentive, but it's more focused on your satisfaction, because you are becoming rich by your experiences and by your satisfaction. You're a happy person if you're feeling happy. You're dissatisfied if you're annoyed of something. And putting it into perspective, you're following up a guide and you keep fighting, keep grinding for that one particular item that you're missing for your complete set. And at some point you start thinking like, hey, I love this game, I love the grind, I keep optimizing and making the best routes, I start liking it. That item drops, your grind stops. Your satisfaction goes to zero as you need to go for next thing that you need to follow on the guide. And at the end, if you have everything ready, what's left to do is for you to play as other person that played the game before. For example, do you want to beat the game in fastest way? Well, there's like 6 buttons you need to press in complete order. Meanwhile, you need to dodge enemies' attacks and animations and so on and so forth, so that you could be perfect. And if you're not perfect, then you're failing. And if you're failing, you're miserable, you're bad, you're horrible, and you should not play this game. Or as in other games, especially in MMOs, would say, if you fail, uninstall the game. So I think Diablo 2, 3, and 1 has taught me well, as well as all of other games, that in order for you to feel happy, to go on YouTube, research things that make you stuck, makes you annoyed, instead of going into YouTube and seeing like what kind of instructions guides I should go to follow the most powerful meta, I would most likely go towards people who are instructing me what kind of things are good and what are their experiences of certain class and certain mechanic, rather than follow-up guide in order for me to be a completionist where there's absolutely no completion. To go a little bit deeper into this, if you recall, Diablo 2 has a ladder system. Ladder system has a certain time period when it expires, and you can have all the perfect items as you wish, and you can farm to your grave, but at the end you're not gonna be perfect, because you're always gonna have some sort of critical attacks. You're always gonna have some sort of damage mitigation that you need to surpass. Items will not be perfect, you won't be perfect, and at the end seasons will close and your items will be worthless. So why bother following the guide, going towards the meta where you're not getting anything out of it? One way or another, you're gonna explore the game, but would you rather explore the game on your own terms, when you feel happy, you feel satisfied, or you would explore the game based on not only game mechanics that automatically lock you in the game, it automatically locks you in certain character class, skills, level limitations, skills limitations, but you also limiting yourself by following someone else's footsteps. You're following up someone else's guides, and I'd recommend don't do that. Follow your own path. Be strong, individual person, either a man, woman, or anyone else. Looking at the Diablo 4 and its release, I think my message to you would be to be open to suggestions, be open to critics, be open to any sort of information flow that you get, but be sure to avoid any sort of direct instructions from someone how you should do something or anything in the game, as this is your life, you're living based on your own terms and your own decisions, and you should not follow anyone else's footsteps. This is my take. This was a very long one, but I do understand that some people have never heard this or is feeling very pressured to follow the meta in order for them to feel good. But at the end, it's the games are made for your entertainment, for your well-being, for your happiness, and if you're not focusing towards that incentive, you're missing out, and you're missing the whole point of gaming. So don't miss the whole point in gaming. Don't miss out on Diablo 4 release. If you like this channel, like, share, and subscribe. See you guys in the next one.